If you want to build business credit without verifying income, here is the overview of the whole conversation that I want you to really pay attention to. See, the thing is that if you're telling your business credit card issuers, you're telling your net 30 vendors, you're telling your business lenders, say, listen, I want to build business credit, but I don't want to verify income. You need to have a high personal credit score. Very important, boss. And there is no way around it. Like, don't try not to don't let anybody razzle dazzle you, telling you, hey, listen, you can build business credit without verifying income, even if you have crappy credit score. If you have a crappy credit score, you're not going to qualify. So the thing is, if you asking the lender, the business lender, or you asking the net 30 vendors to actually qualify you for their credit products and to give you a very flexible credit terms, you need to show them something. You got to have skin in the game, boss. And having skin in the game in this case means that you have a high personal credit score. Now, I'm not asking you to have a crazy high personal credit score. No, I mean, if you have 600, 650, this is a good start. We are starting here. The higher the better, though. Okay. And the thing is, this is why right now, if your goal is to say, listen, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, I want to start thinking about building my business credit because I don't have the business in the first place. I'm thinking about having a business, setting up a business, and I'm thinking about starting to build business credit right away without verifying income or without income at all. Think about your credit score, okay? And so I want you to work right now on your personal credit score and beef it up. You want to beef it up as much as possible. Think about your payment history. Think about your credit utilization ratio. Think about the length of your credit history. Think about your credit mix. I want you to mix things up. I want you to have a diversity of credit. Think about your new credit, okay? So bottom line here is that you need to understand that you have to work on your credit score personally, but you also need to think about your business credit score, also your paydebt score. This is really important. So your paydebt score and business credit score are correlated, especially if you have a single member LLC. If you are a single member LLC, or you are, let's say, a sole proprietorship, then your business credit score and your personal credit score are sort of, like they are by default correlated. So what I'm trying to say here is that business credit is not based on personal credit, but it is based on, like, personal credit does take part into the whole decision making, especially if you are one person show, if you're a single member LLC. Now, one thing I want to talk to you about here is that if you want to build business credit, by the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. I want to talk to you about business plan. See, the thing is that when we talk about establishing business credit without verifying income, you got to think about a business plan as the cornerstone of your strategy. It's really, really, really important. We have some viewers, I just can't tell you how many viewers send us emails asking questions about, I applied for this, I got denied. I don't understand. I have good credit. But I can't verify income. How come they are denying my ask? And our answers to those viewers is because you don't have a business plan. See, boss, if you are listening to me right now, you're sitting there and you're thinking, how can I actually get myself out of this situation? Well, the answer is write a business plan, boss. Okay. And again, when we talk about business plan, please do me a favor. I want you to stay far, 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 far away from those cheap ass business plans that you get off the internet. Because the funny thing is, there are websites that specialize, quote unquote, specialize in giving you templates that you can just customize to fit your business. Those are just bullshit. They're bullshit. Okay, you need to have a customized business plan, and if you want to boost your chances of building business credit without verifying income, you want to have a business plan that is bespoke, that you can show to any net 30 vendor with whom you want to apply for a net 30 account. You can show this to a business lender with whom you want to get a business line of credit or business loan. You can show to a business credit card issuer. You can actually show this to investors even. So please, I want you to really invest in writing a compelling and a captivating business plan that explains how you intend to monetize your business model. Okay, this is really important. And I really want you to really take this seriously, because don't let people razzle dazzle you, telling you that you only need to have a business credit score or you need to have a personal credit score to qualify. No, if you want to build business credit without verifying income, Please do me a favor and work on your business plan. Okay, draft an executive summary, describe your company, perform a market analysis, outline the management and organization, list your products and services, perform customer segmentation, define a marketing plan, provide a logistics and operations plan. Do me a favor, explain how you intend to monetize your business model. And again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just outsource the whole thing or use business plan software. You also need to think about banking references. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. If you want, we are talking about how to build business credit without verifying income. Okay. And the whole thing is that if you don't want to verify income, it's either because your income is low or because your cash inflows are like you are running a cash only business. So you're not really good when it comes to verifying your income. So, but you got to have banking references though. This is really important. So banking references are quite essential if you want to actually improve your relationship with a prospective business lender, with a prospective business credit card issuer, with a prospective net 30 vendor. Okay, so the more prestigious the bank, the better. What I'm trying to say here is that it's better to have a Chase as a banking reference as ABZ XYZ Bank, located somewhere in middle of America, nowhere, like rural America. Okay, I mean, I have, that's why I'm not even naming geographies here, but what I'm trying to say here is you get the point. If you have Wells Fargo, if you have Bank of America, if you have a Chase, if you have Citi as your banking reference, this makes a huge difference than if you had like a banking reference from a lesser known institution. Okay, and the reason why this is important is because your prospective lender is going to call that institution to see a little bit, because see, if you don't have income, you need to have something else going on for you, which is why first I said you need to have a high personal credit score. Then I told you you need to have a business plan, right? Then I told you you need to have a banking. I'm telling you now, they need to have a banking reference. So what you want to do here is you want to contact your bank right now. And you want to talk to them about the fact that there is a possibility somebody will call them to actually ask about your business. So if they could actually vouch for you, it will be a lot easier if you already have a good relationship with that bank, right? And by the way, when we talk about banking reference, this could also be a credit union. Okay, it doesn't have to be a bank necessarily. If you have a credit union, this could also apply. And my advice here is the same. The better known, the more prestigious credit unions carry a high weight when it comes to banking references. Okay, and this is important. Financial projections are also key. The thing here is that if you say you cannot actually verify income, then you need to actually have another way of showing lenders, net 30 vendors, business credit card issuers that your business is viable monetarily speaking. So if you cannot prove actual income data, you can create projected data around your income. Okay, so the thing is, when we talk about financial projections, we're talking about a formula for success in terms of getting, building business credit, establishing business credit without verifying income. Okay, and obviously you need to have a solid explanation as to why you cannot verify income. By the way, though, before we even talk about anything, but now in terms of financial projections, make sure that you are able to project your spending and sales to create financial projections, determining your financial needs, using the projections for planning. And also, it's important to understand that you want to plan for contingencies. In other words, the business lender, the net 30 vendor, the business credit card issuer, they will ask you, what are your backup plans? What are your contingency plans? If something goes wrong, what is your worst case scenario? What is your ideal scenario? What is your best case scenario? So this trifecta is important so they can see the spectrum, the analytical spectrum, when it comes to your operational effectiveness, when it comes to your operational readiness from a monetary perspective. Okay, and then you have to monitor things. So what I'm trying to say is that when we talk about financial projections, obviously you got to create a budget. Yeah, You have to create a budget. You need to actually explain to the net 30 vendor. You need to explain to the business credit card issuer, to the business lender, that you do have a solid business, because it's all about having solid business, right? So you can have short-term projections, you can have long-term projections, and also make sure when we talk about financial projections, we're speaking about all the four, right? We're speaking about a financial, like a projected balance sheet. We are speaking about a projected income statement. We are speaking about a projected cash flow statement, and we're speaking about projected statement of owner's equity. So those are the four. This is the quartet of the financial projections you need to have. Very important. One thing I also want you to really think about is to have a legit business. I know this might sound like like a very basic piece of advice. You'll be surprised a lot of entrepreneurs who can't follow this to the letter, this advice to the letter. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to build business credit without verifying income. Okay, this is important. Now, when we talk about legit business, first of all, you can't build business credit, overall, in other words, with income or without income, if you don't have a legit business, okay? And it's always important to understand that you need to have a legit business, in the sense that a sole proprietorship is not going to qualify you for business credit. Okay, if you have a sole proprietorship, if you have, like, it's just better that you just build your personal credit. It's just a lot better for you. So if you want to have a legit business, you want to register your business, and you want to get an EIN. Those are really important, okay? For new business owners, the first step to establishing business credit is to register your business. So this process will vary depending on your business structure. So when we talk about, depending on where you live also, this plays an important role. So when I speak about business structure, I'm speaking about whether your business is an LLC, LP, LP, S corporation, C corporation, and whatnot. So you do have a constellation of choices when it comes to the business structure that you have. And the thing I want you to really understand here is that some states do not require sole proprietors to register if they operate under their own name. Okay, so you may still need to think about that. So in terms of having a legit business, we're thinking about business registration, articles of incorporation or organization. We're speaking about business licenses and permits. We're speaking about an EIN. We're speaking about having a business bank account, which you should have anyway, because if you remember earlier, I was talking about banking references. So you got to have a business bank account. So you also need to apply for a DUNS number. So you want to contact Dun and Bradstreet right now and ask them. So they actually give you a DUNS number. It's free though, and that DUNS number is what's going to help you actually, like, it'll be the foundation of your paydesk score. Okay, so this is important. And so overall, the goal is to actually have those elements in place. And once you have that, you should be good to go. Let me give you a few pro tips here in terms of building business credit without verifying income. You want to try to open a business credit card. Now, business credit card means what? It means you need to contact the bank and explain that your financial profile, your company's financial profile is, I would say, monetarily interesting, even though you can't verify income. Well, you can do it. You can do that if you have, as I said before, you have a business plan. And on top of that, you have a strong relationship and you have a high credit score. See, if you have a negative, because not being able to verify income for a business is a negative. It is a negative criterion. But there are ways for you to cloud, so to speak, like cloud or mask or hide or like dilute the importance of that negative element by having maybe a high personal credit score, for example, by having a strong business credit plan, a strong business plan, for example, by having like a strong relationship with the bank, like strong cash inflows and cash outflows. I mean, cash inflows rather. So This can help you get a business credit card, which you need anyway, okay? And this will help you a lot. And also think about establishing trade lines with your suppliers. So suppliers often extend trade credit, which allows you to pay several days or weeks after you receive the inventory. So this type of accounts payable relationship can boost your business credit score, provided your supplier reports payments to a business credit bureau. This is why we tell a lot of all of our viewers, for that matter, to always ask their net 30 vendors to report their transactional data to Dun and Bradstreet, to Experian Business, and to Equifax Business. And don't forget that you can also set up trade lines with any small vendor, such as your water or office supplies distributor. If those vendors don't report to a credit bureau, you can list them as a trade reference on your account, and Dun and Bradstreet will actually follow up to collect your trade data. Okay, and also you want to pay creditors early. So the thing is that if you want to build a business credit without verifying income, just pay your creditors early, because the bottom line here is that you are trying to have a payday score of 80% plus. You want to have a score that is above 80, not 80%, 80. Okay, so like a good payday score is 80. But anything above that is just bonanza. It's just fantastic. So this is what you want to look for. You want to actually try to have that credit score above 80. You also want to think about, if you're trying to build business credit without verifying income, please try to borrow from business lenders that report to credit bureaus. This is similar to the advice I gave you earlier about net 30 vendors. See, the whole thing here is that if you borrow from a business, and the lender does not report your activity to credit bureaus, then you're not really building credit. Because the whole thing here is that you're not just borrowing because you love borrowing. No, you're borrowing because you need the money to run your business, but you also want them. You want the credit. You want the credit provider. You want the business lender to report your activity to all the three credit bureaus. And if they don't do this, the question is, do you want to stay with them? This is why I was just telling you earlier, when you want to apply for this sort of if you want to apply for a business loan or a business line of credit or a business credit card, you always want to apply at a branch so that you can ask all questions. You can ask them, for example, if they report your data to credit bureaus. Okay, again, don't be scared. I mean, this is your right to ask questions, and so if they do, that's fine. If they don't, then you got to ask yourself, what am I doing with them? Okay, think about, and also same thing for the online. Sorry. If you have the business lenders, like the online business lenders, like for example, like you have On Deck, Lending Club, Funding Circle, Blue Vine. I mean, they're all are great business lenders, but make sure that they are actually reporting your data to Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax Business, and Experian. Okay. And one thing you want to do also, if you want to establish business credit, is to avoid judgments and liens. Okay, judgments, liens, and bankruptcy filings in your business's name will negatively impact your business credit score. Okay, unpaid taxes or business debt can result in a lien, granting creditors a legal right to seize your property to try to satisfy the debt. Okay, and unpaid debt may eventually result in a court ruling or a judgment against your business to collect the debt. So you don't really want to have that. And on top of that, those negative marks on your business credit score can haunt you, because bankruptcies, for example, stay on your Experian credit score for 10 years. Tax liens, judgments, and collections remain for almost 7 years. Okay, and you want to keep your information current with all three credit bureaus. Okay, you want to contact Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian often to update your business credit information. Very important. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I'm just talking to you about how to build business credit without verifying income. So we talked about the importance of having a high credit score, the business plan, the banking references, the financial projections, okay, the legit business side of things, and I just gave you a few pro tips to help you understand the whole conversation. Thank you so much for your attention. God bless you. I'll see you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.